Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be discussing the summary of Cage Bird from the Alternative English of HS first year, and I have discussed here the summary of the poem as well as the key themes of the poem. So this is going to be a very important video for you, those who are preparing for your upcoming examination. So please keep watching the video completely. Okay, so the poem Cage Bird is written by Maya Angelou. Now, let us read about Maya Angelou, who she was. So, Maya Angelou, her debut autobiography name was I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. Please do remember this name. Brought her international acclaim, making her one of the first African American women to write publicly about personal experiences. So, Maya Angelou was a civil rights activist who worked for the rights and freedom of the black people, and her debut book that she published was Why the Cage Bird Sings, that is published in 1969. Autobiographical series, wrote 7 autobiographies covering her life from childhood to adulthood with themes of racism, identity and resilience. She has wrote 7 autobiographies, and in those 7 autobiographies she has discussed thoroughly about her life, where she faced racism, where she faced identity crisis, and how she showed resilience towards fighting for her rights. Okay, next, poetry, published numerous poetry collection including And Still a Rise and Phenomenal Woman 1995, celebrated for their empowering messages. She also composed these poems as well. Inaugural poet, became the second poet in US history to recite a poem at a presidential inauguration when she delivered on The Pearls of Morning for Bill Clinton, and she became the first black woman and poet who actually got the chance to recite a poem in the presidential inauguration of Bill Clinton in 1993. Civil rights activism, worked with civil rights leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, infusing her activism into her writing. So she worked throughout her career about the freedoms of black, and that is why she closely worked with Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. Next, screenwriting and acting. She also did some screenwriting for the movies and also acted in some of the movies. First African American woman to have a screenplay, Georgia in 1972, produced and was also nominated for Tony Award for acting. Next, awards and honors, received 50 honorary degrees, numerous awards recognizing her contributions to literature, arts and civil rights. So recognizing her contribution towards arts, civil rights and activism, she was awarded almost around 50 honorary degrees from different institutions. National Medal of Arts, she also received National Medal of Arts in 2000. Next, Presidential Medal of Freedom, awarded the highest US civilian honor, Presidential Medal of Freedom, by Barack Obama in 2011. And in 2011, she received the highest civilian award in America, which is the President Medal from Barack Obama. Next, legacy. Her works continue to inspire discussions on race, identity, resilience, leading her legacy as a literary and cultural icon. And in this poem as well, she discussed thoroughly about the oppression and sufferings of black people in a very beautiful manner. Okay, so let's begin reading the poem. Okay, so Cage Bird, মই অসমীয়াত খুব ধুনীয়াকৈ তোমালোকক মিনিং বিলাকো কৈ যাম. A cage bird, a free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. So here at the very first stanza, the poem is discussing about a free bird. Now what does a free bird do? The free bird, it actually floats in the back of the wind. Back of the wind refers to the flowing of the wind. Okay, বতাহত কি কৰে, ফ্ৰী বাৰ্ডটোৱে লিপছ মানে জাম্প কৰে, জঁপিয়াই ফুৰে, এণ্ড ফ্লোটছ ডাউনষ্ট্ৰীম, আৰু নদীটো যোনফালে বৈ আছে বা পানীৰ খুঁটটো যোনফালে গৈ আছে ডাউনৰ ফালে, তাৰ ফালে তাই কি কৰে, উৰি যায়, বাৰ্ডটো উৰি যায়. Till the current ends, and till the point where the current means the force of the wind ends. সেই বতাহ যেতিয়ালৈকে দি আছে, যিমান দূৰলৈকে বতাহ দি আছে আকাশত, সিমান দূৰলৈকে তাই উৰি গৈছে. And dips his wing in the orange sun rays. ইয়াতে dips বুলি কৈছে, dips মানে জিকাই দিয়া, wet কৰা. okay, she dips or take a bath in the orange sun ray to tai enjoy korise, she can feel the sun ray on her body, on her wings, and dares to claim the sky, and she claimed the whole sky as its own, gute sky to gute akakhonok nijor buli ki korise, claim korise, nijor buli চিঞৰি চিঞৰি সবকে কৈছে যে গোটেই আকাশখিনি মোৰ হয়, মই ফ্ৰী হয়, I can go wherever I want, I can fly wherever I want. Okay, the whole sky is mine. So this is about the free bird. Next stanza. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. Now in this stanza, the poet is discussing about a caged bird. ওকে, কেজ মানে হল পিঞ্জৰা, আৰু এই পিঞ্জৰাটোৰ ভিতৰত সেই বাৰ্ডটো বা চৰাইটো বন্ধ হৈ আছে। তো কেজ বাৰ্ডটোৱে কি কৰিছে, ইট ষ্টক্স মানে কি শ্ল' ৱাক, লাহে লাহে খোজকাঢ়িছে। ক'ত খোজকাঢ়িছে? তাৰ কেজটোৰ ভিতৰত, বিকজ ইট ডাজন্ট হেভ এনাফ স্পেচ ফৰ হাৰ টু ৱাক অৰ ইভেন ফ্লাই। খোজকাঢ়িবৰ কাৰণে বহুত জাগা নাই, so she walks very slowly. Down is narrow cage and the cage is very narrow. It has not enough space, limited space is there inside the cage. Can seldom means rarely see through, tai bahiror phale dekhiboi nware, bahut rarely bahiror scene to bahiror jogotkhon bahiror world to tai dekha paয়. His bars of rage, এতিয়া যোনটো বাৰৰ ভিতৰত বন্ধ হৈছে, বাৰ ইয়াতে ৰেফাৰ কৰিছে আইৰন ৰডছ বিলাকক। ওকে, আৰু এই ৰডছ কেইটা কি বুলি কৈছে, বাৰ অফ ৰেজ, ৰেজ মিনছ হল এংগাৰ। তো এংগাৰৰ যোনটো ৰডছ আছে, বাৰ্ছ, এই বাৰ্ছৰ ভিতৰত তাই কেপচাৰ্ড হৈ আছে, এণ্ড শ্বি কুড নট সি দ্য আউটসাইড ৱৰ্ল্ড, হাৰ ভিজন ইজ লিমিটেড। Okay, she could not even fly, you cannot even imagine fly where she couldn't even walk inside the cage properly. কেজটোৰ ভিতৰত ভালকে খোজকাঢ়িব পৰা নাই। His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, তাইৰ ভৰিখিনি কি কৰা হৈছে, clipped, উইংছ কেইটা ক্লিপড হৈছে এণ্ড ভৰিটো টাইট, তাৰমানে কি উইংছটো যেন কোনোবাই বান্ধি ৰাখিছে। ক্লিপড মিনছ কি, আগেইন ক্লিপড মিনছ টাইট টুগেডাৰ। ওকে, আৰু ভৰি দুটাকো যেন কোনোবাই ধৰি ৰাখিছে, বাউণ্ড। ওকে, ইট ইজ বাউণ্ড, ইট কেন নট ৱাক প্ৰপাৰলি, ইট কেন নট ফ্লাই বিকজ ইট উইংছ আৰ টাইট টুগেডাৰ। Okay, so he opens his throat to sing. So as a result, what she did, she actually opened its throat because she could not enjoy the life of a free bird. So that is why she, in order to express her anger, she opened its mouth to open korile, and she started to sing. Okay, now the cage bird sings with a fearful trill, aru cage bird e ki koribo dhorile, it started to sing. In what manner? In a fearful, bhoy logake, trill means quavering or quacking. Quavering মানে হল কপি কপি থকা মাতেদি তাই কান্দিব ধৰিলে, চিঞৰিব ধৰিলে। Of things unknown, and what she was singing in her song, she expressed that I want to know about the unknown which is being kept away from me. মোৰ পৰা দূৰত ৰখা যিবিলাক অচিনাকি বস্তু আছে সেইটো মই চাব বিচাৰো। But long for still and his tune is heard on the distant hill, আৰু মই সেই বস্তুবিলাকক পাব কাৰণে লং কৰিছো, ডিজায়াৰ কৰিছো। I wanted to see those things which are unknown to me till now. And her singing and her song could be heard from a distance hill, দূৰৰ হিলৰ পৰা তাইৰ মাতটো শুনিবলৈও পোৱা গৈছে। For the cage bird sings of freedom, and her song is of freedom because she was crying actually. In her song, she was expressing that she desires what? Freedom. তাই কি লাগে? Freedom লাগে। She is being oppressed, she is being captured inside the cage, and now she was crying, she was protesting that she wants that freedom back. তাইক সেই ফ্ৰীডমটো লাগে, লাইক দ্য ফ্ৰী বাৰ্ড, সেই ফ্ৰী বাৰ্ডৰ নিচিনা লাইফটো তাইও এনজয় কৰিব বিচাৰে, এণ্ড দেট ইজ ৱাই শ্বি ৱাজ ক্ৰাইং। নেক্সট, দ্য ফ্ৰী বাৰ্ড থিংছ এনাদাৰ ব্ৰিজ। নাও আগেইন the poet goes back to that free bird, hey free bird or kotha ako koise, to he juntu free bird asile which is flying over the sky, claiming the sky as his own and claiming everything as his own, wherever she wants she goes there. Okay, to এতিয়া তাই কি কৰি আছে, she is waiting for another breeze, আৰু এটা বতাৰ কাৰণে wait কৰি আছে যে আৰু এটা বতাহ আহিব। that means she has all the luxuries, all that the world has to offer, she has everything. And the trade winds, আৰু কিহৰ বাবে wait কৰি আছে? trade wind. এটা trade wind to কি হয়? trade wind to হল south east বা north eastৰ পৰা সাউথ ইষ্ট অৰ মনত ৰাখিবা নৰ্থ ইষ্টৰ পৰা ইকুৱেটৰৰ ফালে বৈ অহা বতাহটোক কি বুলি কোৱা হয় ট্ৰেড উইণ্ড বুলি কোৱা হয় তাৰমানে আমাৰ সাউথ ইষ্ট গ্লোবৰ আৰ্থৰ সাউথ ইষ্ট ডাইৰেকশ্যন বা নৰ্থৰ পৰা ইকুৱেটৰৰ ফালে যোনটো বতাহ আহে সেই বতাহটোক কি বুলি কয় ট্ৰেড উইণ্ড বুলি কয় তো দ্য ফ্ৰী বাৰ্ড ইজ ৱেইটিং ফৰ দ্য ট্ৰেড উইণ্ড আকৌ ট্ৰেড উইণ্ড আহিব এণ্ড শ্বি কুড এনজয় হাৰ লাইফ হাৰ ফ্লাইট আগেইন ইন দ্য উইণ্ড soft through the sighing trees আৰু এই ট্ৰেড উইণ্ডটো যেতিয়া গছৰ মাজেদি আহিব গছৰ শব্দ কৰি মাজেদি আহিব যেতিয়া এই ট্ৰেড উইণ্ডটোৰ ৱেইট কৰি আছে and the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn আৰু তাই ৱেইট কৰি আছে সেই fat worms কেইটাৰ কাৰণে fat worms মানে আমি জেনাৰেলি জানো যে birds eat worms মানে কেঁচু খায় এতিয়া ইয়াতে fat worms actually refers to opportunities okay কাক ৰেফাৰ কৰিছে এইটো opportunities of refer কৰি আছে যে তাইৰ বাবে opportunity ৱেইট কৰি আছে for her to grab বহুত opportunity আছে তাই ওপৰৰ পৰা আহি ৱেইট কৰি আছে যেনেকৈ মানে worms কেটা ready হৈ আছে যে মোক বাৰ্ডটো খাব আহিব actually ইয়াতে fat worms refers to opportunity she has all the opportunities what she desires she can have it তাই এইটো পাব পাৰে okay and he names the sky his own আকৌ এবাৰ গোটেই sky টো কি বুলি কৈছে নিজৰ বুলি কৈছে that means she has everything which the world has to offer the nature has to offer she has every luxury every opportunity there okay she enjoys everything but a cage bird stands on the grave of dreams whereas on the other hand the cage bird inside of the cage she's standing on the grave of dreams here grave of dreams refer to the hopes and desires of her race hopes and desires okay আশা সপোন এই সপোন বিলাকৰ মৰিখালিত তাই থিয় হৈ আছে ঠিক আছে যেন তাইৰ গোটেই কমিউনিটিৰ আশা বিলাক মৰি গৈছে শেষ হৈ গৈছে তাইৰ ওপৰত হি কেজ বাৰ্ডটো মানে যোনটো পিঞ্জৰাৰ ভিতৰত বন্ধ আছে এই বাৰ্ডটো যেন থিয় হৈ আছে হি শ্যাডো শাউটস অন আ নাইটমেয়াৰ স্ক্ৰীম আৰু তাৰ যোনটো শ্যাডো আছিলে সেই শ্যাডোটোৱে যেন স্ক্ৰীম কৰি আছে চিঞৰি আছে কিহৰ নিচিনাকে নাইটমেয়াৰ একটা ভয়ানক সপোনৰ নিচিনা চিঞৰি আছে তাৰমানে এই সিচুৱেশনটো তাইৰ বাবে কি আছিল এটা ভয়ানক সপোন আছে where she has no opportunity where she has no freedom where she could not even enjoy the wind where she could not even enjoy the nature okay তো সেই কাৰণে ইটো তাইৰ বাবে কি আছিল নাইটমেয়াৰ and she is screaming his wings are clipped and his feet are tied again এই wordটো ইউজ কৰিছে আৰু কিয় স্ক্ৰীম কৰিছে কিয় তাই opportunities বিলাক পোৱা নাই কাৰণ তাইৰ wings-টো ক্লিপ কৰি দিছে তাৰ ভৰিটো কোনোবাই বান্ধি দিছে that means she is being oppressed তাই শোষণ কৰা হৈছে so he opens his throat to sing and that is why he opened his throat গলটো ওপেন কৰিছে throat-টো ওপেন কৰিছে and started to sing আৰু কিহৰ গান গাইছে freedom-ৰ গান গাইছে she is protesting she is asking for freedom she is longing for freedom she desires freedom understood so last stanza the cage bird sings with a fearful trill the cage bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. For the cage bird sings of freedom. This stanza is again repeated. She again sings with a fearful trill, quavering kopithoka by stuttering sound edi ako gan gaise aru kunbilakor gan gaise her song reflects the things that she does not know and that he wants to know but long for still tai hebilak bostu pabo bisare long korise issa korise he opportunities bilak taiko lage and his tune is heard on the distant hill and his tune could be heard from the distant hill duror porai tar mattu khuniboloi pua goise for the cage bird sings of freedom karon tai freedom or gan gai ase okay so he is longing for freedom he is asking for freedom and in her song actually yate song nohoy actually etu cry hoy kandi ase tai কান্দি আছে আৰু এই কান্দনটো কি এক্সপ্ৰেছ কৰিব বিচাৰে যে তাক এই মানে যোনটো ক্যাপচাৰ্ড আছে এনসেলভমেন্ট এই এনসেলভমেন্টৰ পৰা কি লাগে ফ্ৰীডম লাগে সো he is asking for freedom okay now here two things is clear the free bird is an identification of the black peopleৰ কথা ইয়াতে ৰিফ্লেক্ট কৰিছে sorry free bird actually reflects the white or privileged ইয়াতে আমি white বুলি কম বা privileged community যাৰ সকলো সুবিধা আছে যাৰ সকলো opportunity আছে যেন সুবিধা opportunity কেটা wait কৰি আছে এওঁলোকৰ বাবে to grab Okay, free bird is the personification of those white people, and the cage bird is the personification of the black people. Black people bilakok reflect korise, who are enslaved, who are oppressed, who are stripped of the opportunities, who are not allowed to even enjoy the basic freedoms, basic rights that they could have like a normal people. Aru yate if cage bird to a reflection hoy hey black people, every black people whose dreams are now dusted, যার ড্রিমস খপুনবোৰ মৰি গৈছে, because they are not allowed to even dream or even enjoy the basic necessities that a simple human being could have in a country. So this is how the poem is all about. Now let us discuss about the key themes in the poem. So the poem talks about freedom and oppression. Okay, it talks about freedom and operation. The free bird enjoys limitless freedom while the cage bird is trapped. Free bird e সকলো খা সুবিধা পাইছে কিন্তু cage bird to বন্দী হৈ আছে. Next theme that the poem is talking about here is inequality and racism. Inequality, there is no equality here. One free bird who is enjoying the wind, who is enjoying every opportunity, who is enjoying good food, good life, but where is the cage bird is not even allowed to come out of the cage and even enjoy the basic necessities that the life has to offer. Okay, so that is inequality. Racism, that how one kind of people has been treated differently. Okay, he too reflect hoise. The poem reflects the struggle of African Americans under racial discrimination. All right, next theme, hope and resilience. Now the cage bird also shows hope and resilience. It is captured, but it is still crying, it is still asking for hope, for freedom, for a better life in the future. So it reflects, the cage bird sings despite suffering, so showing unbreakable spirit of the oppressed. And that is why the poet used the word sing here. Cry বুলি use কৰা নাই, sing বুলি use কৰিছে, because sing আমি গান কেতিয়া গাওঁ যেতিয়া আমাৰ ভাল লাগে, মানে আমি কিবা এটা এক্সপ্ৰেছ কৰিব বিচাৰো। সো ইয়াতে সেই গানটোৱে একচুয়ালি হোপ এণ্ড ৰেজিলিয়েন্সটো বুজাইছে যে he is actually expecting a good life ahead in the future. Next, power of voice. The bird's song symbolizes the power of expression and the fight for justice. Aru a cage birdor jontu gan asile, he gan to actually power hoy voice or je amar voice ot kiman power ase, we can express our inner thoughts through the voice and it could be heard by the people, and if we do that then we could be able to come out of our situation, আমি আমার সিচুয়েশনৰ পৰা আমাৰ প্ৰবলেমছ বিলাকৰ পৰা আমি ওলাই আহিব পাৰো. So it shows, it sends a strong message that your voice has the power. Okay, so these are some of the poems, important points, that important themes that the poem is talking about in the cage bird. So that's all in this video about the cage bird. In the next video I will be bringing more from the alternative English book. So keep watching, keep sharing, and keep commenting your doubts in the comment box. So thank you very much for watching my video.